2022. Well, today, out here mowing some hay. Just took over. Pap was mowing alfalfa today. This is force cutting. This thing's got jaggers on it. I noticed there's some skippers here. What's that there? Guess I'll have to raise her up and find out if something's not right there. This bolt's broke off. Hey guys, what's going on? Today is Thursday, September 15th, 2022. So the plan was to originally mow all of our force cutting down and make it Friday and Saturday. Well, the disc bind flew apart last night, as you remember. So we got that fixed up from some spare parts from the previous disc bind that we had in the shed. Today, that bolt broke and one behind it broke, so the cutter bar just pretty much did one of these numbers. We bailed the furthest field away, and we got like 14 bales, I believe. So we hauled them up. My dad's wrapping them now with our own individual wrapper. Plan is to get the rest of this knocked down, and then here tomorrow and Saturday, we're gonna get the custom wrapper in and wrap it all for us. That's the plan, but things don't go as planned, as you can see already. We're gonna hop in this tractor. And we're up here on the hill where I get this field here mowed. For next week. Got this field all mowed. Dad's got 2 bales to wrap yet, so we gotta go park this thing for the night. Now maybe if I didn't have school tomorrow I'd keep mowing, but it's not really the easiest to run in the dark like this. Sometimes you end up hitting stuff, and you know, because you can't see, and it's just easier to wait till the next day because it'll still be there tomorrow. It's the next day now, the 15th. I just got home from school here probably about a little over an hour ago, and I was helping my uncle haul some bales off that was baled earlier on today. Now I'm gonna go hop in the baler and go bale some more bales. Making 4x5 bales. Now this is not dry hay. It's got moisture to it, so we're gonna be wrapping it later on tonight here. Once we get them all hauled up, we can give the custom wrapper a shout. We'll be able to come down and wrap them up for us. That's the plan. Coming up on a full bale, 58 inches. The end that was on the screen, I was showing that knife going across, cutting the net wrap off. So now I just have to open the tailgate up here. Trying to get this hay baled up here before the sun goes down. We've got a couple more strips to do yet, because once the sun goes down, we're getting to the point now where we're getting a lot of dew in the night. If we do get a lot of dew after the sun goes down, it makes the hay kind of wet and tough, and it's not very fun to bale. Dad took over baling, which doesn't really bother me. I don't mind baling. He's down there baling now. My uncle just took a load up. There's 3 bales in this field, 2 here and 1 out the other end, so it doesn't really make sense for me to run clean down there to that field and stack some bales together. All more, it's making about 5 per strip. So I'm just gonna wait here till he gets back, save a little bit of time and probably fuel. Now if we had our own skid loader, the LS180, I could zip down there in 2-speed and zip back up if I needed to. But we're using the neighbor's 665 New Holland again. We used it first cutting because we were having trouble with our New Holland. Having trouble with it again. We were using it well last night, and then today it sprung a fuel leak back there somewhere on the side of the motor. So seems like it's always something. Disc bind, skid loader, you name it, seems like it's got a break. While we're waiting, we can look at some corn here. Not too much to look at in this field. Now I'm not sure what the moisture level would be for chopping, because this is going to be silage corn. The deer have been working this field here pretty hard. They usually do. It's up next to the mountain. As you get down here, these fields aren't quite as bad, but they still got deer damage. It's kind of something we got to deal with every year. But yeah, another week and these fields should be bare, and can get some cover crops sowed in them and some manure hauled. It's the next morning here now. We gotten those bales wrapped that we made yesterday, last night in the dark there. I don't know what time we finished up, but it wasn't too terrible late. But it's been getting dark pretty early now that we're moving into fall. Dad and Pap are currently down the road at the New Holland trying to find, there's a, I don't know the correct name for it, but it's like a end cap that goes on back there. It just threads on back there at the fuel system. Somebody probably knows what I'm talking about, but should be down in under the pan there, like, but I guess they haven't found it yet, so they're trying to get one through New Holland. So what I'm gonna do now is unhook the disc bind. We're using the 5140 on it, and hook this tractor into the hay tedder, because as you can see how foggy it is. It was even worse than that earlier this morning. That hay is terrible wet, I'm sure. We're gonna hook the tedder on and get through and fluff it up, and hopefully you can get the rest of that today. So when we get through with the tedder, it's just gotta fluff the hay up, and as the tedder moves the hay, it's gotta kind of fling the water off of it, so there's not gonna be quite as much moisture on top that would have it matted to the ground, because it's matted to the ground like that, the sun can't get to it and dry it out. We are trying to make higher moisture hay because we gotta wrap it, but at the same time it has to be dry enough to do that, or else can cause problems baling it, and it would be just too wet to feed the cows. The bales would be heavy. It would just not make very good quality hay, so we try to aim for a certain moisture. Always put these transport blocks in, they're already in, so I just left the pressure off. Now I can jack it up and unhook everything. This disc bind's made, it has this piece that gets on the hitch, and then this piece drops down, and it's made so this whole unit here swivels. So the power takeoff comes back and comes up here, goes out. Well, they make that so you can turn a lot sharper at the end compared to if you have a regular hitch on there, you know, it's just swiveling on the tractor there. It's got hard on your power takeoff, and you can't turn as sharp. So I like to keep that tight as possible, and evidently it was tightened with an impact wrench, so I'm gonna have to take it up to the shed and take that thing off. I got this tedder hooked up and it's greased, ready to go. It's a New Holland 163 4-star. While I was waiting for that hay to dry, which we're gonna get on it here after lunch, it's like 12 o'clock now, so 12:30 is when we eat. Pap went and tedded a bunch of hay this morning here. He still is. While he was doing that, my dad got the skid loader going. He got the neighbor to make the cap, or whatever you want to call it, for that New Holland. I was across the road here in this mess, scraping all this muck and mud and old feed and you name it off over here, because we're getting a couple load of shell on Monday, because it's got low spots here along the bank. There's some wet spots here, just right here and then over there, so we just have to get some shell every year and fill in. It would be kind of nice to turn this place into a big silage bunker, like maybe 2 or 3 different section bunk. Go from here to clean to the road. Would be nice, but we've put ag bags over here for years. The sun's out, which hopefully that dries things out real good, and by Monday hopefully we'll have this mess here, up there, spread it out there, and ready for shell, and then hopefully we can chop next week. Up here at the field now, my pap's raking this alfalfa here, and then we got the bale wagon and skid loader up here, and Dad's bringing the tractor and baler right now, so get the drone up, get some video. skid loader on top of the hill there and coming down to get the tractor, pick it up there in the flat and park it, and then load some of them bales up. I think Pap's about done raking, so he'll probably take over running the bale wagon. I'll load bales. The chain broke on the round baler, so my Pap went to go get stuff to fix that, and my dad had to go to the barn and milk, so I'm here in the tractor and rake out over the hill. Gonna rake these 2 strips. There's a piece down there in the flat, and then that little piece I mowed the other night up there on the turn. That's all we have to do yet. There's another field that we were doing besides these we have to do today. That's where we're at when the baler broke, so we got 9 bales up there so far where I had the drone footage. And then the baler broke, so we brought them 9 bales down, and hopefully we can get that baler going. I lost the piece that holds my GoPro in. I don't know if you guys can really, probably can't show you there in the mirror, but it's, anyhow, it slides in the back. So this is what I use. The GoPro goes into here, slides in like that. And then there's a piece that slides in sideways that pulls the GoPro in. Well, I lost that somewhere, so I can't put the GoPro outside anywhere, so I'll just have to film from the cab. Hopefully I can find that. Just got done raking this flat down here. It runs from the end of the bales there, clean out to the knob. This here corn is ours, and then the next field there is the property line where it meets the neighbors. So that field goes straight out there, and then there's a piece that angles up along the woods. This field here is actually corn last year, so I don't think I ever have any video on this channel of making hay at all on this piece, but it's a nice little piece, although it is rough. Raking this small piece here on the turn, and that'll be it for raking. I think Pap's baling now. They got the baler going again. Hopefully that thing holds together, and we can get the rest of this hay picked up and get a wrap tonight. So I got a full load of bales here. I apologize if my eyes are watering. I got hay in them and they're bugging the heck out of me, and I think my allergies are starting to kick in from this hay, but what do you do? So there's 2 bales the whole way out the other end, and then in the dip out there in the waterway there's I believe 5 or 6 bales. There's one up there, so you guys can do the math. I'm gonna go haul some hay. That's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Got all the hay wrapped. I think the last footage was hauling a load in. I didn't video any wrapping the second night. It's pretty much the same thing. It was dark when we wrapped it, about the same time. So I'm not sure how many bales we got. I guess I could count them real quick here, just because I'm curious to know. I believe we got around like 76 the first night, and like around 40 to 50 somewhere the second. So we got 48 bales. There's 47 plus the 2 end ones, would be 49. We had a bale that didn't tie, so couldn't really put that on the wrapper. When I mean it didn't tie, it didn't put any net wrap on it. I don't know, the baler does that sometimes. It doesn't put any net wrap on it. and then it gets caught in the rolls. So whenever you have downtime, you gotta go and cut the net wrap off the rolls, because it can cause trouble in the baler and stuff. Yeah, great feed. The alfalfa was in pretty decent shape. I mean, it's a little past the mowing time, but it is what it is. Now, fourth cutting, that's the last cutting we'll get from the year. We're done making hay for this year. We actually had a grass field that my pap had mowed along with the alfalfa. He baled it today, and I'm just actually heading out now to wrap it. I don't think there's too much interest in wrapping grass hay, so I don't think I'm gonna video it. That's why I decided to end the video here. Now, you can take your fifth cutting off, but we don't like to do that, because if you cut the alfalfa and harvest it right next to a frost, that's not very good for it. It's going to damage your yield for the following year. Could even potentially kill it, I think. So it's about time of the year to be getting frost. So we're done. Get the corn chopped, put some sort of cover crops out. Next video should be chopping corn, hopefully, and then we'll have some to shell and put in the ag bag for high moisture. So thanks for watching. Remember to smash that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell down there so you're notified whenever I post any video, and that really helps me out. All right guys, we'll see you later. Have a good one.